Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Hey guys, it's Robert from the College Investor here, and today we are talking about the great benefits of using a Roth IRA for paying for college tuition. Now, you have heard me talk time and time again about how a 529 plan is one of the best ways to save for college. Well, I do wholeheartedly agree with that, but a Roth IRA is probably the closest second vehicle that there is, and we're going to break down why. And in some cases, it might be worth it for you to do a Roth IRA, if possible, to save for college versus doing a 529 plan. Well, Roth IRAs or IRAs are like the superheroes of the retirement investing world. They offer a large number of advantages over other investment vehicles like 401ks, but they have some particular advantages they have when it comes to pay for college tuition. So, typically, when it comes to saving for college, there are a variety of options available. You can use a 529 plan, a Coverdale plan. You could use a 401k that you might have. You could withdraw from it. You could use a regular savings account. You could use a taxable stock market portfolio. You know, there's a lot of ways that you can just pay for college. The problem is if you use some of these, you lose control of your money or you face penalties. With a 401k, for example, the government basically locks away your money. And if you can access it, of course, but you pay taxes and penalties on top of that. If you need to access these funds, because you want to, you're going to pay a price. You know, the other three options that we put on there, so like a savings account, a stock market portfolio, CDs, you know, that's cool. There's flexibility. You can do what you want, but there aren't any tax advantages. So what if you could combine the flexibility of a savings account with the tax advantages you get with a retirement account? Well, that's where a Roth IRA comes in. Besides flexibilities, Roth IRAs offer far more investment choices than the other mentioned tax-advantaged accounts. 401ks are restricted, and 529 and Coverdale plans have investment restrictions as well. Well, that's cool and all, but you might be wondering what this has to do with using a Roth IRA to pay for tuition. Well, let's break down how the Roth IRA works and why it could make sense to pay tuition with it. Well, with the Roth IRA, you put in after-tax dollars into your account. The maximum amount you can contribute is $5,500 in 2018, or if you're over 50, you can do $6,500. The tax advantages of a Roth IRA come on the distribution side. Since you're putting in after-tax money, when the money is taken out of a Roth IRA, it's tax-free. And you can also begin taking money out of the account by age 50 or after age 59 and a half. And then Sophia Berra, and she is a CFP and the founder of a firm called Gen Y Planning. She had this to say about withdrawing money from an IRA. If an emergency comes up, you can actually take out the money from your Roth IRA and use it for any purpose. This is, of course, if the account has been open for at least 5 years or you're over age 59 and a half. So there's two ways to take withdrawals for qualified education expenses before age 59 and a half. If the Roth IRA has been open for at least 5 years, you can take withdrawals tax and penalty free. And if the Roth IRA has not been open for at least 5 years, you can take out any contributions, but there are penalties, but you do have to pay taxes on any earnings that you take out as well. By maxing out your Roth IRA every year, you not only save for retirement, but you have an option open that allows you to pay for your tuition. So it's an interesting way to go about it if you really think about it. The hard part is that you can't add money back in. So I do want you to keep that in mind. If you withdraw from your IRA early, you know, you're still bound by that $5,500 a year in contributions. So let's say that, you know, you have $50,000 in your IRA. Well, if you're taking out $10,000 or $20,000 of it, you're only able to add in that $5,500 a year, and you're lowering the power of compounding to be able to use that money in retirement for yourself. So the other thing that you have to think about is that Roth IRA withdrawals can impact your student aid. So last week we talked about the Fafsa, and the Fafsa is the free application for student aid, and it's used to determine a student's eligibility for financial aid. While a Roth IRA does provide great advantages when paying for education, there's a few things you'll need to keep in mind to further maximize its benefit. Withdrawals from the Roth IRA can impact your Fafsa, reducing the amount of financial aid you might receive. Rick Wilder, he's the Director of Student Financial Affairs at the University of Florida, says that students who apply for need-based financial aid are required to report income and asset information on the Fafsa. Retirement accounts aren't counted as assets on the Fafsa. However, withdrawals from the retirement accounts are counted on the Fafsa as incomes. If the withdrawal is only for contributions and not earnings, it has a smaller impact, but nevertheless, it does get counted on the Fafsa. So a little planning ahead and possibly even speaking with a tax accountant can help you get the most out of your Fafsa and your Roth IRA for educational expenses if you want to. So final thoughts are Roth IRAs are a great source of funding for qualified educational expenses. It just requires a little bit of planning, and it could jeopardize your own financial future if you're not careful. If you plan to use a Roth IRA mainly for tuition, you can maximize your tax advantage by opening the account at least 5 years before attending college. This way, you not only get tax and penalty-free withdrawals of your contributions, but also of earnings. And then additionally, by withdrawing only contributions and not earnings, you can potentially minimize the impact on your Fafsa for student aid. So just be smart, plan effectively, and you could use the Roth IRA for paying for college. And that's why it is my number 2 pick. I think the 529 pick is still the way to go. There are some restrictions on it, but I really do have this catch-22 in me of, do you jeopardize your retirement or do you pay for college now? Because you can't put that money back in. So if you take it out early, you lose that power of compounding over 20, 30, 40 years, which could be a huge number. So just keep that in mind, guys. A Roth IRA is an awesome thing. It's got great potential to pay for college, but there's also other accounts that do a really good job of paying for college as well. But my Roth IRA is my number 2 pick on the best way to save for college, but it could make sense for some people. All right, guys, hopefully that makes sense for you. If you have any questions, let us know. Go to thecollegeinvestor.com/episode 49, leave it on the blog, and we'll definitely check it out. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I will talk to you next time.